This is our first podcast.
Yep.
With my
New
brother
series here,
Justin.
I'm uploading this as well, so.
And me, Leonard.
No need introduction. My brother here.
First episode, we're just gonna give you a rundown. So, at first, this is our first time doing it, so we're gonna do it quite short. It's gonna be a 30-minute...
Half an hour, about, approximately.
Yep. And be extremely appreciative if you can just take, 30 minutes out of your time and your day and
just listen to us talk.
We're just gonna talk about interesting subjects. A lot of them coming up.
Yeah,
like phobia today, fears.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about dreams, a lot of good stuff, so make sure you tune in.
A lot of stuff for sure. Subscribe down below. Alright, so...
let's begin. Fear.
Let's look up some common phobias real quick. So, well, off the top of your head, I'm pretty sure you can name some. Like,
Arachnophobia?
Arachnophobia, fear of bugs, acrophobia, the fear of heights. And, well, you have some thoughts about the fear of heights, right? Do you?
Oh, yeah, actually. So, in my opinion, really, I think everybody and anybody is to some extent afraid of heights. Because I think it's kind of linked to your
survival instinct.
Yeah.
It's really... I think being afraid of heights, it's what keeps you alive, I guess.
Yeah, it keeps you out of danger, your sense of threat, and you secrete hormones, endorphins. It's not even endorphins, is it? What is it called?
I don't know. Endorphins.
Something like that. But yeah,
well, I'm not really, in a sense, afraid of heights. I'm more afraid of dying from a fall.
Yeah, as I was saying. I think I would consider that as a...
just a fear of death.
Fear of heights, just too.
General. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, I do get, kind of nervous when I'm up high. So, next one we're talking about is...
What are we talking about?
Arachnophobia.
Fear of spiders. Really specific. I thought it was just bugs, but apparently just spiders.
Oh, yeah, because bugs are like arthropods or whatever they're called. Arachnids are spiders.
They're called insects.
Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, it's just general fear of
spiders.
Well, I'm not really afraid of spiders. I know you're definitely not afraid of spiders.
I actually have 8 spiders, 8 tarantulas, more specific, as pets that I keep as a hobby. So, definitely not really terrified of spiders.
I have a fear of cockroaches, and I know you're afraid of centipedes.
Yes, they have too many legs.
I just hate cockroaches. They're disgusting. They spread diseases.
And I'm sure a lot of people can agree.
Yep, relatable. Cockroaches are terrible things. All right.
Especially flying ones, if you know what I mean. I've encountered a couple of flying cockroaches, especially in Australia. I didn't know cockroaches in Australia can fly, but I know it differs in species. But then
there's a lot.
There's one night where I was having a meth test on the other day, so I was trying to study, and then I felt something on my leg.
No.
And I looked down, and it was a cockroach. So I flicked it away, right?
Yeah.
And I did not expect it to fly, so it was at the corner of my table. I looked down, I was trying to catch it, right? I was trying to just throw it away or smack it. I don't want to smack it because guts can spill everywhere. So I tried to cup it, and when I was almost there, it started flying towards me, so I freaked out. And all night, I was trying to deal with that cockroach. So I think I kind of messed up the test, in case you were concerned.
Small stuff, it's kind of like, say you're leaning on a wall or something, and you're unaware of surroundings, and then you just look at the wall, and there's this little speck of something, you don't know what it is, and you're like, okay, you're going to back away from it.
Yeah. Fear of the unknown, just general.
That thing moves, and you...
Well, it could be anything, so normally I go check on it. But, yeah.
So, moving on.
Oh, yeah.
Ophidiophobia. Snakes. Well, I've never... I don't think I've ever seen a snake.
From zoos and museums.
Yeah, I've seen...
they let you handle pythons.
Yeah, I think I've wrapped one around my neck, but those snakes, black mamba...
I don't think that's a black mamba because that's extremely venomous.
It's
usually pythons.
Cobras and death adders, those kind of things. I've never seen them. before, so I don't.
Except for documentaries, of course.
I mean, if I saw one, and I just try to keep away from it, but.
It always goes back to your survival instinct at the end of the day, because you're trying to survive and you're trying not to get bitten by something.
Yeah, because like most of the time you don't even know the snake is there. You just step on it, and then
especially what species,
Yeah.
Some may be really venomous, but yeah.
Agoraphobia, the fear of having a panic attack in public.
A little bit.
Panic attack. I think it's just specific.
I think it's trying to say like getting nervous before going on stage.
Yeah, or something like that.
Well, that's called stage fright, isn't it? Is there another one? Let's check.
Mysophobia or
no. Let's see if there's a phobia for it. No, that's it. So I guess what that was trying to say is public speaking. If you're scared of a huge crowd,
to someone or something. I think we all, to a certain extent, have that.
Yeah, but what I do to get over that is just look up TED Talks where people just talk. And you see a lot of people will talk with a lot of charisma, and they help engage audiences. I would just look up those talks and try, I don't know, imitate. And also I would say, just keep in mind, have the mentality that the worst that could happen is, I guess they laugh at you, but then that's what they are afraid of, right? But most of the people, like, out of respect, they don't laugh at you. Like, I think it's basic respect. People don't laugh at you. So don't be afraid of that. Like, just say what you want and make it your presentation.
So
not their,
not their
technically theirs, but,
Okay, next. Mysophobia or mesophobia, I don't know, is a fear of germs. I thought it was like germophobia.
There's another
germaphobe or something.
Yeah. I think Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
He's really afraid of germs. He doesn't like to get touched.
I think
I can sort of relate to this.
Yeah, I want everything to be clean, kind of, but I'm not really afraid of germs or.
It's different from organized, because that's called OCD, right?
Yeah, I know, but it's like everything to be clean, like polished and shiny and.
This is more of afraid of contagious diseases. Like, you don't want to attract like germs from touching, so you really focus on personal hygiene. So you wash your hands like a couple times, multiple times after you touch something. I think that's what this is.
I think I can kind of relate to not wanting to touch some kind of dirty surface. Whenever I go to the swimming pool, I have these swimming lessons in school, right? And then after you're done, you're getting changed, you're done with the showering, and everyone's wet and stuff. I never want to touch the floor with my bare feet after I clean. I just try my best to just try to climb on the chair, the bench or whatever.
Yeah,
I never want if I accidentally drop my pants on the floor.
It's disgusting.
I just scream.
I hate it.
Yeah, so it's like I'm trying to be as careful as possible not to.
And also hair, like wet hair is like the worst ever. They should make it like a new phobia. I don't know if there's already one, but it's just disgusting when you have like batches of hair that's wet
in the shower.
It's just, it's just feeling. It's uneasy.
It's like
it gives me
a piece of
not goosebumps, but it's dirty. It gives me a feeling of dirty.
All right, last one.
I have a head full of them, but I just don't like touching wet hair.
Like, I like hair, but not.
Once it's off my head,
I don't.
I don't want to touch it. All right, what's
this one on this website?
Cynophobia, the fear of dogs. Wow, you have a problem, sir.
Can't relate to this.
I absolutely. I don't understand. Like, I guess there's always going to be like a minority of people
afraid of something.
It's not their fault. I'm pretty sure it's a psychological thing, but personally, I'm not afraid of dogs. So
yeah, my uncle has a dog, and that dog just assaults me all the time. Just licks my face. That's what it does. Okay.
We got all the common ones. Aerophobia. Fear of flying. Airplanes.
Not really.
I think this one kind of relates back to the fear of heights, because you're afraid of the plane crashing and stuff. Yeah. Maybe a little bit. Correlation between.
One. It says it right here. 1 out of every 3 people. So that's pretty common. Astrophobia is a fear of thunder and lightning. I mean, every time there's a thunderstorm, I'm off guard for the first part of the night.
Especially loud ones.
But then, like, it just hits in a boom like that. And, like, oh, my God. I don't know when the next one is going to come. So I'm, like, just trying to cover my ears in bed.
So I think it's normal that you're afraid of really loud noises.
Just
I think everybody does that.
It's just...
I think what contributes to, like, an actual phobia, especially for your thunder, is if you have, like, a really traumatic experience as a kid. And it kind of scarred you. And you kind of grow up really afraid of, thunder. Being afraid of,
Trypanophobia.
What's that?
The fear of injections.
There's always a couple of girls or guys in schools.
Well, personally, I've never had a problem with it. I think I got my first injection that I was aware of in the first grade. They had the whole grade. They had line them up and then just like that, and I was like, okay, but some other people were like crying and stuff, but I was like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
well, after all, you're getting a foreign object injected to your arm, so
I guess they're afraid.
I guess I can understand.
They're afraid of the
standpoint.
pain, I guess.
And again, it's. When you don't think about it, it's slightly better, but it's easy for me to say. I understand that, but when you don't think about it,
I think
it
they're
just goes
also afraid of
like a snap.
They're also afraid of it causing autism.
Autism from injections.
Did you hear about that? It's like the vaccines cause autism. Whatever. Let me check it out.
Really?
Enjoy the click of that keyboard.
Yeah, mechanical.
Do vaccines cause autism? Yeah, that's the belief that people have, that vaccines will cause autism. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Well, you never know.
This one, they didn't even name this one. It's just called social phobia.
Anxiety. So, this is related probably to your, personality. Some people are more introvert.
Back to that thing. They don't like
people.
They don't like interacting with others. So,
what do we have?
Agoraphobia? Did we do that?
No, we didn't.
Afraid of being crowded. Yeah, we do.
Afraid of being alone. This is the exact opposite of.
No, being alone in a place. In a situation that might be difficult. It include the fear of crowded.
Oh.
Okay, so let's check out another.
Wait, that kind of is really similar to claustrophobia, right? Which is fear of tight spaces.
Claustrophobia, I think.
Well, people are afraid. Like lifts.
Yeah, I think. I'm not really afraid of lifts.
Getting squished,
Yeah, that's.
I'm trying to think of a daily event or like a situation that you would find yourself in daily life that would kind of cause you to have such a fear.
Claustrophobia.
Maybe a lift.
Like lifts.
Taking the elevator is the closest thing I can.
Toilet stalls.
Toilet stalls.
Yeah, they're pretty close. They're
even
smaller than the elevator. And
what else is small? Maybe cars? No, not really.
Not really.
Can't relate, I guess. All right.
Tunnels. Yeah.
Well, I think we're done with the phobia part. Let's just talk about something more of our personal fears, or situations that we've been in that actually scared the crap out of us.
Well,
I remember this experience. It was my first time riding a roller coaster, and this was really. It's not really a scar, but it's in my head. It's in there, so it's really not traumatic, but it definitely hit me hard. So I was in Disneyland, and this ride. It's called Space Mountain, and you basically inside. It's not outdoors, so you're inside a really black space, and the roller coaster basically is inside. There are lights, but mostly it's dark, hence the name Space Mountain. So I remember my dad talked me into actually trying it out. I don't know if he was here, but I was definitely there.
Yeah.
And so the ride started, right? It started fine. But then, of course, it gets quicker. It's a roller coaster. And then the problem was the strap that came down on me, I was really small and really young. Pretty short. And so I felt this gap between my body and the safety bar. And I swear, at a couple of really quick turns, the thing wasn't actually holding me. Like I had to actually use my hands to grab the bar to prevent myself from slipping out. I actually had that sensation of me slipping out. So the whole ride I was holding on like to my dear life. And I was so scared. And after the ride, of course, it just got out of my mind. And I still enjoy roller coasters. So I guess it didn't really... But it was more of a fear of slipping out of the car and dying, of course.
Yeah.
That really got to me. But that was one of my more, I guess, traumatic experiences.
I think I've never really had a fear of roller coasters. I mean, when the thing just starts, like you're sitting there just at the station, it hasn't moved off yet. I'm always paranoid. Like, I'm always checking. I check it like 1,000 times to make sure it's stable there. It's like, oh my. Yeah, I know. And when it's going super fast and you see something ahead of you, you're like, oh my god, am I gonna bump my head on that?
I'm pretty sure they tested it, but
yeah, but
you never know. There are always accidents, you know.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever tried a roller coaster, well, that was pretty scary for me.
When was it?
I think it was in Legoland. Or something.
Legoland, really?
Did
we even take a roller coaster in Legoland?
I think it was Egyptian theme.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. No, it's the Universal Studios in Singapore. And that one was really special. You know why? Because at one part of the journey, it actually went backwards.
It spins and goes backwards. I think it even dropped.
It dropped backwards. And that actually caught me off guard, but the ride was actually fun, though.
Yeah, so
was that your first time?
I think that was my first time.
Yeah, I remember sort of.
And I think... You know, the roller coasters, they take pictures of you, right?
Did they take a picture there?
Yeah, I
must have been really
And
impressive.
I think I went out and I saw the picture of me. My eyes were closed. I was like, oh my god.
That's how you know you're generally scared.
Yeah, I was like, I just closed my eyes the whole time.
You couldn't even react because you're frozen in fear.
Like, oh my god, what am I going to do? Can't get out of there.
I remember him before the ride pleading not to go on it.
I did.
I guess that was his first ride, but, you know, roller coasters.
Yep.
What else we got? Fear, like an actual scary event. Not really mental, but I guess we've been talking about, like, physical fears mostly. What we saw or what we touched or what we felt. Let's talk about a little bit more psychological, like a mental, like a fear of an idea or something. We're getting really philosophical.
Yeah, fear of like robots taking over the world.
Really?
And no, I don't think that's it. I think I do have. I think World War III or something like that. Like if you think about it, the amount of stuff that we can use as warfare today.
True.
The world's gonna end if that happens. You have like chemical weapons.
Yeah, you never know.
You don't agree over some kind of contract, and boom, hydrogen bomb in your face.
But yeah, fear of war.
War, yeah,
that's really realistic.
It's actually really. Okay, like you were never there, but to feel the impact of it. But yeah, you read about it in the history books. Like it's actually really brutal and it's kind of like it's weird to feel so fortunate that you were this person and not that person that was dragged into the war. Like
true.
Like you keep on imagining what it would be like if you were that person. It's kind of like I think of like what would happen if I never existed.
Yeah, more of putting yourself in the person's shoe. So
if like if I wasn't the sperm that swam,
okay.
If another one overtook me.
What would have happened?
I probably wouldn't even be talking to you right now, but maybe I wouldn't even be talking. Maybe no one would be talking right now. Maybe I would be a girl.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure, possibilities. You know.
Maybe. Yeah, you never know. Like the chance of you being born is actually really, really small.
Minuscule.
It's like 400 trillion or something.
Yeah.
That you exist.
Experience, but yeah, leave like comment below what your fears are. We'd like to know.
What things you're afraid of.
Your stories. We'd like to hear them. Fears. Everybody has them. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, it's just natural. It's part of
your journey, your growth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about overcoming fear, because we've talked a lot about fear, and we haven't talked about how to deal with fear.
Some common fears.
Advice, I guess, we could give to people who fear things or want to overcome. I think overcoming is like a really important step.
Yep.
In anything, like overcoming a problem, and fear especially.
So
I understand if people want to avoid their fears the utmost, but ultimately overcoming is like a step that people want to take. Right?
Yeah.
Let's say, okay, we're looking at this paranormal fears. Fear of superstition,
like
really.
Ghosts and stuff like that.
Ghosts
yeah,
and
I think I'm kind of afraid of that. So.
But then I think time is a really good thing. It kind of flushes out experiences.
Washes it.
Like fears.
Carcinophobia, the fear of cancer. Yeah, it's the fact that you can't really do anything. Yeah, I don't. I think I've seen this like a fear. It's like that person that said I never want to become an old person that makes young people afraid of getting old. Like, for example, like an old person in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And like they're like old and unmobile. Is that a word? They can't really move and they're like sick and stuff like that.
So you want to live your life to the fullest and portray like the best. True. So I guess that's overcoming fear. A couple steps. First of all, of course, is like knowing your fear, like identifying what your fears are.
And then like facing it.
Well, not that's too quick.
In small intensities.
Step by step, I guess. Learn about your fear, I guess. The nature and why it caused the fear. Because I think a lot of people, you're not aware of how they've actually developed their phobias. It must have been like an experience that they try to sedate so deep inside their subconscious that they forgot about it. Might have been like an experience of getting bitten by something that really caused that phobia. So I think one of the steps is just to identify what cause or what experience actually led to such a phobia.
Yeah, it says right here,
dealing with it.
Treating phobias, there's a process called desensitization. Yeah, it says exposing yourself to the phobia in small dosages or something like that. Like, you're afraid of spiders, like, they're like, bring a spider into the room on the first day, and then they're gonna let it out, and then finally they're gonna, let it crawl on you or something like that.
I think it's best to start with pictures, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But
so, yeah, just go ahead.
And also important note is, I don't think a lot of phobias needs to be only if the phobia that you encounter is really
affects your daily life.
Yeah, daily life. If it occurs like really frequently.
Afraid of sunlight or something like that. That's,
okay,
that's the thing. Like afraid of.
Yeah, if the fear is really uncommon, then you might, I guess, get away with it without, affecting your life.
Fear of what?
Like spiders, like. I guess you might be able to see them every day, but not unless you go into like a woods or
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, sure.
You should be fine. Just don't force yourself, and I guess live life to the fullest.
Yep. So, I think.
Thank you for tuning in.
Time is running out, so not really, but we're gonna end this one. So thank you for tuning in to the podcast of the Bros.
I guess.
So be sure
First episode. It's gonna be sloppy, but hang in there. We're gonna
get better.
Plan this out. Okay? We're gonna improve.
Go to amateur setup, but that's fine. Okay, we're just gonna talk about stuff. Okay.
Thank you once again for taking a little bit of time out of your day. If you make it to the end,
listen to us talk.
Leave a like
and subscribe.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Guess that's it. That's fear. All right. See you in the next
episode. Goodbye.
See you.